what is that process like? What is that 6-month process? And I'm also curious, how did you turn, the uptime, downtime at that plant you're at from 50% to 75% in such a short period of time? What's the secret there, Simon?
Yeah, okay. So the secret there was really a bit of hard work, and what I call, it was almost, we were being proactively reactive. So we started, we knew, and I know it's a strange term, but we knew we weren't suddenly going to rewrite all our PMs and launch into best practice reliability. So what we really sat down and worked out was how do we claw our way out of the hole that we were in? And we were looking here not for the big, the silver bullet or the magic wand. What we were looking for was, what are the things we can do today to make today better than yesterday? That's as far ahead as we were looking. We weren't planning and scheduling for the next week or the next month. We were literally planning and scheduling for the next 6 hours. And I'll be honest, that the real thing that made the biggest difference is we implemented something called the daily disciplines, where what we did is we said, okay, for 1 hour every day, everybody on site is going to be working either cleaning the line or fixing the things that are really hurting us today. So it was changing the mindset of the maintenance team to really be service providers to the production team. We developed a good partnership there, but it was really around how do we really make things better for them. So that was the thing that started to make that difference. Every day we would really be saying, how do we make things better for the operations team? And that's what really started to make that difference and turn that downtime. So from that, what came about was this sort of model that I now roll out and help people with. And the model, which I call the reliability maximizer, is based on 3 core pillars. And the first one is that we look to, how do we engage the maintenance and the engineering team? Without a team that's truly engaged in what they're doing, you're just not going to go anywhere. So first thing I look at is, how do we really engage that team? And it's engagement in, yes, we have the company vision, mission, values, but it's also then from the engineer's perspective, how do we engage them in meaningful measures and KPIs that drive that engineering mind? And what I find is, with a really engaged team, it takes a lot of weight off the shoulders of the leadership, because they can show the direction and let the team run.
Yeah.
The second pillar there is, really is then all about, how do we systemize our processes? How do we look at, are we using the right tools and the systems? Now that could be the CMMS, it could be our planning and scheduling process and system. It could be vibration analysis, or what PMs are we using? What are our tactics around how we do our systems? And then the third pillar is delivering great service to our customer. And in here, we're working on, as I say, there's that mindset shift around, are we the service? Who is our customer? Who's the internal customer? We're providing a service. But also, how do we join that partnership with operations and whoever that customer is? And within that deliver great service, we do a lot of looking at, how do we build knowledge in the team? How do we continuously improve that maintenance and reliability team? We put a lot of focus on improvement and continuous improvement of the business and the equipment, but often we forget to look at our own internal processes and behaviors and see, how do we improve them?
Yeah, I mean, I gathered 2 really, really important things that I think it's so easy for us to forget. One that I heard from you, Simon, is focus, have blocks of time so that the team can really, really focus on the most important things. And then 2 is having a very close relationship with operations. And I feel like, from my understanding, what I've also seen too, is you could get into pretty nasty misalignments if the 2 teams aren't super, super closely aligned.
Yeah, look, you certainly can. And, there's that blame games there. And the blame game, I used to dread always going in as an engineering manager, used to dread the 8:30 meeting in the morning, because you just know it's a blame game, no matter what it is. And that comes from the overall culture of the business. But what I always try and help teams with, and as I do a keynote on this that I share, and it's the title of that is Maintenance Team from Villain to Superhero. And what I'm really trying to help is these reliability leaders that are out there who know they're doing great work, but their whole team is seen as the villain. You know, it's always that reliability team that gets the blame.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what it is, they're seen as the villain in the piece. And what I found is when we put this framework in place, the maintenance reliability team can go from being seen as the villain to be seen as the superhero in the business. And that's when there is no blame game. That's when operations and other divisions and departments come to the reliability team because they know they're the experts in what they do. They know they can rely on them for technical support, but also, you know, when you look at a reliability team, particularly in the manufacturing space where I deal a lot in, they're probably the most highly educated, highly paid people in the business. And many businesses just don't leverage those skills and knowledge.
This is a great transition into this next question of showcasing the value of a maintenance reliability team.